What's up, guys? Marcio Grava here. And today I'm not going to play, just to be sure that Giacomo Turra doesn't steal my song, I'm not going to play anything today. So, yeah, sorry for riding the wave and taking on this topic. And I think I'm late for this party because I saw a lot of videos today, and actually I just became aware of this situation with the guitarist Giacomo Turra today. So, and I don't want to approach it from the same place as the other musicians, and I really hope that uh, Giacomo didn't copy any of my solos from my albums or from my other collaborations. I don't think he did because I'm relatively, yeah, I'm not famous at all. So, but anyway, seeing the stories and seeing all these videos, I saw the one from Jack Gardiner as well. Really nice video, by the way, as always. I want to take this from a different approach. So I'm not going to jump into the songs. This video is not going to be a comparison between Giacomo Turra's inspired by versions and all that. Let's talk about intellectual property. So as much as he was wrong and his apology email didn't address the problem, it didn't fix the problem, you cannot fix the past anyway. And I think based on the apology, which is not really, it's not going to fix the future. Well, we don't know. Maybe he's going to be canceled now, and it's a shame because he plays well. As much as many of his videos are really edited, he's obviously a great musician, great guitarist. I don't know. He copies things really well as well. Sorry. So what I would expect, if anything I wrote was ever copied in such way and no credit was given to me, because writing on the bottom of a YouTube text inspired by, that's not credit, and those were not inspired by, they were copied. Some of them were 99.9% copies, so that's an infringement to property laws, intellectual property laws, sorry. I worked with intellectual property for a while, and in most countries, how it works, I mean, of course, you can register lyrics and you can register music with the authorial rights organs in the country where you are, and they might change. In UK you have PRS for music, you have in Brazil ECAD, and you can, you have these organs, but essentially with the digital era coming up, the moment of conception of art is the moment that you can prove that you created that art. It could be a Logic Pro file when I was creating a project and there was an idea there. It could be an Instagram video, dated. The metadata is going to prove me. Even my camera settings, the archive that the video recording generated, the metadata there is going to prove that. And that day I wrote that solo or an audio note, right? Anything that could justify the moment of creation. So, in these cases that were brought up, there were clearly published videos, and then years later he published something and he sold also some partitures and stuff like that, or music scores. So, if you feel like someone is doing that to you, if it's Giacomo Turra, and actually this is one thing I'm doing in this video that other YouTubers didn't do right, is to pronounce his name correctly. I'm also Italian, so his name is Giacomo Turra, in case you didn't know. But I think if anything is stolen from you, an idea or a guitar or, anything, that's a crime. And that is going to qualify in different ways. This is intellectual property crime. It's an infringement of intellectual property laws, and I really would expect people to report that as such, right? So either you come with an extrajudicial agreement and then you do a settlement outside of courtrooms, or it goes to court and the evidence is going to prove you right or wrong. And this is my take. If you're a musician, if you are a songwriter especially, make sure that you protect your art. And if you feel someone is ever stealing anything from you, because to us songwriters, nothing is more precious than what we write. So if someone would ever touch that without giving me credit or, paying me for it, if there is any revenue, either or. I need to license that. I need to give the right for publishing. The consent should be given beforehand. Writing inspired by is not giving credit. Just keep that in mind. So let's see if everybody learned a lesson, not only Giacomo. I think for all of us, or especially for the people that were not aware of intellectual property, I think this case serves as a good lesson. And to Giacomo, I would say, I hope you learn your lesson, and I hope you don't do that again, because that's a crime. Cheers.